Hi, I'm Hannah Bernard. You're watching Market 1 Minute, and I'm here today with Rob McEwen of McEwen Mining. Now, Rob, you've been in the mining industry for almost 30 years. You've been through many cycles, but what has you excited about 2015? What happened with McEwen Mining?
2015 was an excellent year for us, Hannah. Our production went up, our costs went down, we generated free cash flow, which much of the industry isn't doing. We declared a dividend that's tax-free to our shareholders, and our treasury went up. So we have 32 million US in cash in our treasury, no debt, no hedging, no metal streams. We're in a very good position to grow from here, and I think we're at the bottom of the cycle.
Now, talking specifically to Argentina, I know that you have some exploration projects in Argentina. There's been a lot of excitement around investment in Argentina with a new political shift. Talk a little bit about that.
Argentina, for the last 4 years, has been a really difficult place. It hasn't been pro-mining. The new government that came in, one, their business. There are no career politicians in the cabinet. They're very pro-business and pro-mining. They came in the beginning of December, and I think Argentina will be the turnaround story for 2016. So now we're making money down there. We have a very high-grade mine down there, but it was really break-even up in last year. But now we can see cash flow and earnings coming out of there as a result of the devaluation of the currency, the removal of the export tax, and the opening up of mining.
Now let's talk specifically to gold price. You've been an advocate for gold for quite some time. You've been talking about $5,000 gold. Speak a little bit to that.
It's a nice number, isn't it?
It is.
Gold is going to be driven by monetary considerations. Gold is money, and it has been used for millenniums as a store of value. Right now, with negative interest rates, people say, why do I want gold? But if you're looking at gold today, most people look at it in US dollar terms, and they say it's going down. But if you look at it in any other currency, Canadian, Australian, South African, it's up. It's up quite a bit. And people are missing what's happening here. They're blind to the fact that companies are starting to earn money. You can look at our stock. I was at an account on Friday. We were just talking about it. I was updating him. And I saw him in July, on July 23rd last year. And since July 23rd to January 22nd, our stock was up 80%. And people are going, I can't make money in this sector, but there are a lot of stories out there that are starting to take shape and gather momentum because of currency changes, and they're making money. And there's going to be more money coming into this sector as people see you can make money once again. Now, why is gold going to 5,000? If you look at from 1970 to 1980, gold went from $40 to $800. So 20 times. The low in this cycle has been $250. So just on a really simple math, if you applied that 20 times to it, you have $5,000. And I think you're going to see that in 3 to 4 years.
So what are you most looking forward to in 2016 with McEwen Mining?
More cash flow. We have some exploration projects that I think will extend the life of 2 of our operations. I think we'll have some M&A going on. Because I own such a large part of it, I've been rather reluctant to go out and buy something that might reduce the share price but get us bigger. When I ran Gold Corp, it was all about how do we get the share price higher. I was the largest individual shareholder. So it was all about doing things that move the value of the stock up. And to me, I think we're on a very good footing to not only expand our own production, but look to add to that. And our goal is to qualify for the S&P 500.
Yes.
And there's only one gold stock in there, and that's Newmont. And there's very few companies that can get in there because you have to be an American company to qualify for the S&P 500. But there's $1.7 trillion invested by index funds in the S&P 500 and one gold stock. And there are 4 stocks that have a chance, if they grew, to get in there, and we're one of them.
You mentioned M&A. Can you speak to any acquisitions that might be in the works?
Our focus is through the Americas. It's 3 time zones, so it's easier to manage. And I think there's ample opportunity out there. Right now, you can buy ounces in the ground that people have spent a lot of money on for a lot less than what they spent. The only problem with the M&A area is a lot of people have gone out and sold metal streams or royalties, or they put too much debt on their books. And so you have to be very selective on the ones you want.
Now, in addition to all your success in the mining front, you also have a personal project in the healthcare research industry. Can you talk a little bit about that?
My wife and I set up a center called the McEwen Center for Regenerative Medicine. And we set that up in 2003. And it does a lot of work with stem cells. And it's grown into quite an enterprise. But we saw our healthcare system, and it's under a lot of stress. And we won't be able to scale it up fast enough to deal with the baby boom coming through and the costs that are associated with older age. So I thought, if you keep doing what you've always done, you can't expect anything different. I think it's the definition of insanity if you expect something different. So we said, we need a new model. And regenerative medicine holds out the promise of profound change in the delivery of healthcare, not only in Canada, but in the world. So it seemed to be a very good place to put money and take what Mother Nature has given us and saying we can go and help a large number of people and hopefully make our system better.
Well, Rob, it's great to hear about your personal projects and your business projects. Thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you, Hannah. Pleasure.